Welcome back to Reviewed by Tim, guys. It's been a while, I know. I've been busy, but it's all right. We're back, and we're gonna do the ultimate off-road test today. We have an H1 Hummer. Take a look at this thing. What in the heck have I got myself into? I'm gonna go into all the details about everything. Guys, it's burning out here. I'm dying. I just shot a bunch of B-roll. We've got bees. We've got little bees over there, and I just don't want to get stung today. That's all it's about. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, guys, first thing we're gonna talk about is the things that you guys need to know. All right, 200 horsepower, 6.5 liter diesel V8, non-turbo, by the way. It makes 430 pounds of torque at 1800 RPM. That's what I realize that I'm feeling when you take off. This thing has no turbo and it pulls off the line pretty good. It doesn't drive like it weighs 6,800 pounds. With all that being said, try to guess the 0 to 60. 0 to 60 in 20.8 seconds. Let me say that one more time. Make sure the world can hear that. 20.8 seconds. So you're not the slowest one on the road if there's a Hummer driving next to you. 37-inch tires, massive hood. This is the widest vehicle I've ever driven because it's just ridiculous how wide this thing is. Everything on this vehicle is just rugged and designed to just dominate, right? You can run through a house, you can run through a building. There's nothing that can kill this thing. Check out the lights here, guys. Everything is completely sealed. Absolutely everything is repairable. You can pull everything off and change the stuff. And this stuff is hard. Well, not that one, but all this other stuff over here. Now, the one thing I don't know what this is, someone can tell me in the comments, what the heck is this? Because underneath, I'm not gonna make my camera girl go underneath because I've already went underneath, but it's got like a thing under there. I'm not sure what that's for. Built incredibly well, rivets everywhere. This is your latches for the hood. I'm not gonna go too much about the exterior because you guys can kind of see what it is, right? It's a tank, it's just what it is. But what we are gonna start doing is getting towards the suspension, which is where I really like to talk about, and the engine and whatnot. It's got 8 lug wheels there. You come around the backside and you just, first of all, this thing doesn't have any rust. I don't know if they have rust problems like Toyotas do. I'm pretty impressed by the build quality of this thing. And I don't mean like the quality, like they didn't care about trying to get the angles right? They didn't try to, they're not worried about the door spacings. But what they did care about was how many rivets they put into the vehicle. I mean, check this out. Look at all these rivets, 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 rivets. For all you guys that were telling me that this is not a tow hitch in the Land Rover Defender video, this is a tow hitch, okay? It's just a different type of hitch. This is a hitch and you can tow with it. It's very simple. All right, and you got a nice little trailer hitch there. And it is what it is, guys. It's pretty simple on the outside. Everything's built to last forever. You know what, I didn't put gas in it myself, so let me see how this thing comes off. Let's see how long it's gonna take me. What the heck, easy grip? What the hell does that mean? Let's see. The way you remove it is by turning it like this and relieving pressure around the corners, then it comes off. When you start tightening the screw down, it starts pushing on this rubber and that makes the rubber expand and it completely seals the fuel system. How neat is that? Too cool, man. You could definitely like put this thing underwater. It's pretty wild. Let's go around the front. Let me grab my water first. Now, when it comes to the lights on these, they obviously upgraded these. Take a close look there. They look pretty nice. It's got like a little, I don't know if they're got any, you know, crazy halogen bulbs or anything or any HIDs, but they look pretty good to say what it's on, right? And I'm gonna go over the suspension here in a sec. The suspension is absolutely wild and it actually has a legendary design that allows you to go over things that no one can imagine going over, right? It has something called lift spindles. It's a way of lifting the vehicle without actually modifying the suspension arms. It's actually just dropping the, what's the best way to say this? It's actually, I'm gonna show you, how about that? So what you're looking at here is generally the toughest suspension that has ever come on a vehicle. Now, I'm not talking about a tank, I'm not talking about, you know, stuff like that, but I am talking about something that has 4 wheels like this, right? Something that you can actually buy as a civilian and drive it on the road. All right, guys, so I got an iPhone 15 Pro. I wanna show you guys how big those coils are underneath. Stack it right there. Look at that. Look at the size of that. This thing weighs 6,800 pounds, and you know, that's about right. That's incredible. I'm pretty surprised that the
CV axles aren't any bigger, but I guess you don't need that, you know? I guess it doesn't need to be bigger than that. Now, the legendary design on these vehicles are called lift spindles, okay? This is what gives you the ability to lift the vehicle by using a gear set in the spindle.
All right, I'm gonna save us both time, okay? I know I'm calling them lift spindles. They're not lift spindles. All of my keyboard warriors, I love you guys, but they are called portal axles, all right? I'm editing the footage now and I saw that and I was like, oh gosh, they're gonna come after me. Take a look though. Look how much these things are. This is for a 2003 to 09 GX 470, $20,000. You gotta be kidding me. And look at that, that's beautiful. Man, I'd love to have that. Also, if you're interested in this Hummer, there's a link to it down in the description. Guys, let's get back to the video. Now get out of my office.
As you can see, the CV axle goes into the top of the spindle down there. There's a gear set that also changes the gearing, you can, and it allows the vehicle wheels to be a lot lower than a CV axle. So the CV axle isn't going straight into the wheel. It's being lifted through a gear set that allows the wheel to connect to the gear set. That gave probably 6 inches of lift without actually having to have the CV axle, which is connected to the transfer case, move down to its level. It's just a genius way and a very expensive way of lifting any vehicle, and it's gonna have, obviously, both of them on both sides of the vehicle. Now, when you come to the rear, let's see, it's the same thing. You even have lift spindles in the rear. Now, that's one thing that's super impressive, right? And guys, that is the biggest control arm I've ever seen in my life. I've got my water bottle here. I wanna show you guys how big that coil is. Take a look at that. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's pop this hood. Now the hood is not that heavy. I would say it's probably like 50 pounds. The way, you know, the resistance, the way it locks itself in, it's just going right there. You push that in there, it's kind of tough, like that. How do you not get stranded with a Hummer? Well, when you put 2 belts on everything, it's pretty hard for a belt to be a reason, right? You got 4 belts there. One is gonna go to, let me go on the other side so I can show you guys this a little bit better. So you have a massive alternator right there, right? You got one going right there, and then you go down there, and that one is going to the power steering. Pretty simple, no AC, nothing like that. You just put the windows down, and that's how it works. So you can see your radiator here is not horizontal, it's almost vertical, right? And what it does, it just uses the air from the engine here. They got some slits and some gills there that allow the air to flow through and cool everything that way. I've always wondered if it can actually get enough air, but I'm assuming it can, that, you know, the fact that the military designed this. Here we have 6.5 liters of diesel, and that is going to be non-turbocharged. I was actually surprised because it actually has some good power. But it makes 430 pounds of torque at 1800 RPM. I can only imagine what this engine would do if I had a turbo. And yes, there were models that had a turbo. So the thing is, I was like, man, it would be really nice to have a turbo on something like this. I can only imagine how much power you would have. Like us guys, we don't think that turbo is going to fail. We just need the power, right? Like turbos can go out, they can break, things can happen, and it's just more components. So actually having a diesel with no turbo, probably the most reasonable thing to do for longevity. So now we're gonna go into the interior. Let me go ahead and close this right here. Dude, I almost just lost my finger just now playing with this thing. They're so big. Everything is so tough. That's actually the key. All right, boys, let me show you guys the interior here. So this is what it is when you're getting into an H1 Hummer. This space is so tight. I have the camera completely zoomed out and I can barely really, you know, fit in here. Now the thing is, once you're in, you have room. It's just not the type of room that you get in a modern vehicle, right? Tons of room up here. You know, your legs aren't gonna hit. When you're driving, you don't feel claustrophobic. At least I never feel claustrophobic. I actually like that, you know, that feel, that being snugged in something. Yeah, it's really big. Now, look how much room you've got before you get to the other side. That's absolutely incredible. There's also a bunch of room back there. Great idea if you want to keep the kids separated. They can't bother each other, right? Look at that. And then you got tons of room right there for the boys. Then you keep your lady right here. Hey, camera lady, can you come to the passenger side and get in? She's a little petite little white girl. I'm gonna show you guys how big this thing is.
Pretty cool.
Reach your arm out.
Can barely
That's
touch.
both of us reaching our arms out, and we can barely touch.
Look at that. That's pretty massive. And this is all your, you know, engine and transmission right here. The engine's right here, guys. So that's that bulge you're seeing there. I wonder if I can get that right there. Yeah, just pull that. Let's just see if it swings up. Oh my gosh, it swings up. Let's see. No way. Okay, we just found the back of the engine, guys. So I didn't know you could do that. This is pretty wild. So there is nothing on this vehicle you cannot service. You can completely pull the head and change the head gasket, whatever. You can get to your bolts back here. You still got to have a nice, you know, wrench, but you can get back to your exhaust right there. That's your manifold. Absolutely incredible. It looks like we have a 4L80 here, which is a GM transmission, super durable, super strong. And correct me if I'm wrong about that right there, guys, about the transmission. All right, well, let's put this back on and get back to the video. Do that, pull that out right there like that. There you go. Everything is super nostalgic and all this stuff works. So if you ever find a Hummer out in the middle of nowhere, you can actually start it pretty easy. All you have to do is just put on this knob. A lot of people remove this knob right here, or they put like a little, you know, key underneath somewhere. But you just gotta put this knob on, make sure it's in neutral, and turn it. And it's on. All right, guys, let's do this off-road test. Let's get to it. I am taking the brake off, putting it in drive. In fact, I'm gonna put it in low. I just put the transmission in low. And I'm gonna hit this pretty straight on. Guys, there's nothing but bees right in front of the car. Like there's like a bee nest there. We got one wheel spinning there. That was spinning completely, like you guys saw that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a little bit more straight on approach here. So we're gonna approach this with a little bit more angle here, or less angle actually. And we're just gonna see if we can get on top of this right here. No, she's spinning. That sucks. But we'll do a clearance check, all right? So now I'm actually gonna hit it straight on here and just show you guys the clearance capability. Holy crap. Holy crap. We just hit that dead on. I can't believe that just happened. All right, guys, we're gonna do the other side. All right, guys, so what I want to show you here is that this part, the second challenge, is way more. Whoa, look at them bees. Oh my gosh, I just stepped right into their nest. This second part is way more challenging than the first part here. That's the first part. This is the second part. All right, so now it's in low. Put it in drive. I just don't want to get stung. There's like literally a nest of yellow jackets right here. Looking at my camera lady to see if I have clearance. All right, we got clearance. This is crazy. Like no vehicle I've ever done a review on can do this. All right, she's giving me a thumbs up that's not touching at the bottom. And we're about to start pulling on this. Guys, I'm barely giving it any throttle. And I'm going as slow as I can.
now I get the Hummer H1. No vehicle I've done a review on can do anything like that. That is absolutely insane. I'm gonna have my camera lady go back over there and I'm gonna go down it so they can see the angle of this. All right, so go ahead and go around. I'm gonna set up. A lot of people don't realize how big this hill is. This is a massive hill. And this thing goes straight down and doesn't even bottom out, guys. This is pretty crazy. So my camera lady is showing you guys how the back doesn't touch. Look at that. Can it go up it backwards? I have no idea, but we're gonna freaking try it, guys. Oh, this is so dumb. Oh my gosh. Oh. No way. No way. What? Sorry guys, I'm getting excited here. All right guys, you saw what this thing is. It's an absolute beast. Even though it went up both obstacles, I am gonna say that I don't think it's the champion in the off-road test. Now it did it better than any other vehicle did, but it's because of clearance, right? It didn't do it because it actually has some advanced traction system. It doesn't. There's other vehicles on the channel that I'll put a link up to right here that did it way better and had a lot more limitations. This one, you had to hit it straight on, and if you're out and about in the wild, and let's just say you have, two wheels that can't touch the ground, you're in a bad situation, especially with something this heavy. There's other vehicles that have traction systems that are gonna, get on top of that obstacle pretty well. So if you had like an LX 470 or anything, even a Jeep Wrangler, right? If it was high enough, you can do that with those vehicles too. But to say for what it is, I was really impressed. All right, folks, that is it for the H1 Hummer video. I could not have done this video without Lindsay here. She's actually the one that manages this dealership here. And Lindsay, I gotta thank you for letting me come out.
Of course.
So folks, if you're interested, come check it out. Lindsay's the one that's gonna hook you up and we're gonna make sure you guys are squared away. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, peace.